we'll go over some Nogi footage that we normally would have gone over. So let's get into it. The song slaps. Too bad you can't hear it. I'll have to figure out how to route this into your ears as well, so you can hear what we're listening to.
Yeah, I've been however many months we've been doing this.
Listening to each other breathe.
I've never heard the music. Yeah.
I figured pretty early on this would be a really boring stream without some background noise. So we got the big boys going at it, and Danny and Austin, the small boys. Were you hating on this music, Ronnie, or do you actually like it? Is it just not your jam? Look at Caleb putting on an inverse toe hold on Cam here. Instead of just passing his guard, he's like, let me crank his foot for a second. I don't remember what was last time. Sometimes it's either like slow. What's up, James? Like too slow, like almost like put you to sleep. And other times it's just too like electronic or weird. So Pat and Dan here are in a really good standing battle where they're both trying to break each other's posture down.
I like that low single.
And Daniel just sticks in on the low single. Where did he have his head on that one? He went head outside on it.
Outside, yeah.
Driving in with
He
his
did
shoulder.
What's
up, James?
Or what you like to do.
Justin, sorry.
Justin, what's up, Justin?
So, yeah, when I shoot low singles, I tend to keep my head on the inside and use it to push the knee outward. Daniel's doing essentially the same thing here, using his shoulder really to break the knee down and put Pat down. And that's one of those singles that you can shoot without too much fear of a guillotine since you're so low. I mean, Daniel goes on it again. I imagine Daniel's shooting those because Pat has been really heavy on the snap downs. We're trying to work front headlocks right now, so I think they're talking.
Yeah, he also is really digging on those foot sweeps, a lot like spinning up with you, right? So
he's good at them too. He gives me trouble with it.
Yep.
Like we've gotten into some protracted battles, just trying to foot sweep each other, and then me trying to bait him to do it, where I quickly take my leg out of the way and then counter his, like with like I think Diashi Harai or Barai or whatever. What have Danny and Austin been up to?
Looks like Caleb got a Gatame arm triangle.
Oh, and he started from the other side too.
He sat down into side control. There.
Yeah. So Cam kind of gave that to him with that.
He did.
That arm on the near side. If he had used that more as like a crossface to the other side of Caleb's head, could have started upsetting his side control, trying to get his head and hips to the same side, really using that crossface to work the position. But from here, Caleb just starts to drive towards the shoulder, isolate the arm. He's got to get the head in, which he switches to. I think Camden probably knows he's in some trouble already. Justin, I figured you were going to be on your cruise or something. Or whatever vacation you were taking. Glad you could join us.
Coming up, right?
I think so, yeah. Danny on a heavy collar tie. I like how Austin worked his way around Danny there from this, he gets his body lock. And Danny, I think Danny missed the whizzer opportunity here. And Austin just kind of slowly creeps his way around. Solid takedown. I feel like I've seen Austin use that takedown a lot. I'm glad it's glad that's working for him.
Sure. Yep.
Danny in on the legs.
Cam is in a terrible spot.
Yeah. I just noticed that. It's Ronnie's favorite position, the belly down starfish.
That's right.
He's been there for a minute.
He has.
So even with Caleb, you know, Caleb's a big dude. It's going to be difficult to deal with this. Man, Camden's got the ground connection here, though. And to avoid that position, he really needs to work on falling to his side and not just breaking down flat. I better see Caleb be the one to straighten those legs out, not Cam. I kind of feel like Cam gave him that.
Yeah.
Now he gets held there for a while. Daniel's been working some heavy, persistent pressure here on Pat.
Yeah.
And then Americana's coming from a different angle than usual.
It is. It is, yeah.
What did Danny get?
Guillotine.
Looks like an arm in. Or yeah, maybe a darce. Oh, I think it was just a darce.
It was a darce. Yeah, you're right. I see it now.
Hold him over. Yeah. Yeah, maybe in wrestling. It is funny when you hear wrestlers like talking trash on jiu-jitsu, like butt scooting and everything. It's like I could show you endless videos of you guys voluntarily falling to your stomachs.
Yep.
As if that's a more advantageous place to be. Pat with the kind of yeah, it was Americana. Or Daniel with the Americana, not Pat.
Daniel with it. Yeah, on Pat.
Like everybody's waiting in the wings.
Mm-hmm.
Pat immediately working those foot sweeps. Nice. Getting the Daniel tornado on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was being very heavy on his head, and he decided to try and really close the distance on me. He didn't like me playing with his head too much, so
yeah.
He went in, took a shot, and then now it was just a battle of trying to retain a guard, or get a guard, actually. All I'm trying to focus on here is building up to that elbow. My right elbow is the one that, and now my left elbow, right? Whichever side I'm turned on, that's the side that I need to get and build up to an elbow.
Let's look at this scramble with Kurt and Caleb here for a second. That leg configuration that Kurt's in seems like it's not. I feel like Kurt isn't quite as locked down here. Not locked down as the position, but like his leg isn't quite under as much control as he may think it is. I feel like he's not focusing on getting that free.
Yep.
Now his knee has been, well, it was captured. Gotta switch the hips here. Caleb just rolls with it.
Yeah, and Caleb is doing, I think he's capturing the arms. So he was putting Kurt's arms behind his back. Because he was doing that, I think, to me later in that roll. In a roll that I had with him. He was really, see how Kurt's left arm is stuck behind his back? Caleb was doing that to me. If it wasn't this training session, it was one soon thereafter. Really, again, using his body type, using the length that he has, to get you in a really compromised position.
Yeah. Oh, I think this was when my neck was all jacked up.
You heard it during the advanced class.
Yeah, I'm over there on the side. Well, it started hurting just randomly. It wasn't even a class. It just got really bad during class, so then I took a week off. Yeah, man. Yes, it does. Yeah, I won't complain about neck pain to James. One of y'all gave me a shiner at class yesterday. I don't know who or when, but Bree noticed it today. I'm like, I had no idea. I didn't even think I got hit in the eye.
Yeah, I had something hit my eye yesterday too, and my nose. But...
Oh, Danny smashed my face yesterday. Like he was just all on his Gordon Ryan smothering bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I somewhere, I think this side of my nose, like it was actually bruised. Like he broke a bunch of blood vessels or something.
That's how mine was. Yeah. That's exactly how mine was.
Like, all right. Solid sweep from Danny. So that's really interesting. So, like he was working the knee lever kind of, except he loses it here.
Yep.
And I guess Pat just gets a little overextended. And Danny puts.
Well, look at his right arm. His right arm is like way tucked.
Yeah.
Underneath, I think Danny's left shoulder. Maybe I can't tell if that's the rash guard or if that's a hand.
I think you're right. Like he's using that that half guard position we talked about a while ago, where he's using the head as the crossface. So he's got a deep underhook with his left arm.
Mm-hmm.
And then now with all that weight shifted, Danny forcing the head to the mat, getting an easy sweep. Solid timing and execution. And now he's either going to try to back step into cross ashi or get his knee free. Gotta push up by the knee. There you go.
So Pat has a similar situation or opportunity there for Danny, but Danny was really trying to drive his weight onto the opposite side, and then astutely, like, he takes his knee. So that's a really interesting pass, and I really like this pass. So you can see that Danny's setting up what we would call a knee cut pass, but he doesn't have the underhook. And so he's pinning Pat's right arm, but he has an overhook. So instead of him naively going towards the side where he's trapped that hand, he actually switches his knee position. So he's cleared his knee line, and he switches his knee position from the knee cut pass over to knee staple on Pat's left leg. So watch him here. He tries to cut through by pushing his knee through. He's trying to clear his knee. He cleared his knee, but he does not have the underhook. And he feels like Pat is coming up on that single leg, which that's exactly what Pat wants to do here. But then Danny senses that, and he turns his knee from, instead of going across the right hip of Pat, he's going to go across the left hip and pin him onto the other side. There. And that was a smart move, because number one, it allows you to pass with the overhook, and you know, it gets Pat out of a position of power. I am trying my damnedest up there.
I know.
So that was an interest. So Justin, we were kind of talking about this in a chat somewhere. I can't remember, but earlier on, like, the only reason why I was able to get on top during this roll was because I kept standing up and kept like refusing to, even though I was put on my back a couple of times, I just kept trying to get up when I had the ability to get up. And then now the entire rest of the roll was me trying to put Daniel down on his back, and here he explodes into me, and just like, it's very tough for me to try and hold him down. So he explodes up, and I immediately snatch an arm in, and I'm trying to go in for an Anaconda Roll, but it was a very difficult thing for me to try and set up an Anaconda. So I throw up my left leg to try and capture. He immediately comes up and blocks, and then starts the turn to the proper way. And so I've got to go and try and start it all over again. So I come around, and he goes to this, like, it's a makikomi roll.
He likes those.
What that is. Yeah, it was beautiful, so well timed. And then I think I'm fighting off my back for the rest of the match here.
So Caleb getting another Gatame finish on Kurt, and he sets it up with this Americana threat. So he gets in the mount, starts working so when we talk about like threatening this with the Americana, like Danny's really good at this too. I'm sure we've all felt it from him. Like, there really is no significant threat on your shoulder in this position that Caleb has Kurt in, because like the elbow's so high, you can put your own elbow up there, and it's perfectly within your range of motion. But what it's doing is shutting down your ability to frame him and getting your elbow into a spot where it's vulnerable for an arm triangle. So if you try to like extend your arm away from your head, you're into the Americana territory. If you keep your arm up high, you're in arm triangle territory. So you're trying to, you're dealing with that dilemma all the while your opponent's improving his head position, and in this case, improving his head position. I don't think Caleb wants to work the Americana from here. I think he was looking for this. And then he takes his time in setting it up. So you can see him working his right arm, his left arm deeper and deeper. Kurt's about to tap. So close. This is a good example of letting the choke work. I don't think Caleb needed to. I mean, so I'm guessing here. I'm not in this choke, but I don't think Caleb needed to like work around too much on this to try to like send it home. He does all his work right here in getting his left arm through deeper and deeper. And then now it's a matter of get your forehead down, and then doing the small mechanics of this strangle to get the finish. Sending this elbow, down into Kurt's body as he starts to kind of rotate away. He could get his left knee pointed, like so, hips flat, left knee pointed into Kurt's hip to keep Kurt where he is while he rotates around a little bit. You don't need to walk away from your opponent too much. But yeah, so we could see his you know, his toes a second ago were pointing this way. I'd like to see him pointing the other way, just indicating where his knees would be pointing to keep Kurt in that spot. And if that makes no sense to anybody, that's one of those things I'll just have to like show you in person. But either way, he made enough advances and stayed tight on it to get it. So Danny almost sweeping Pat.
That was a way to hang on, Pat. That was really nice. Very nice pass.
Yeah, quick one from Kurt. Wasted no time. And that's why I hate Kesa. All the way into Kesa Gatame. But he doesn't have... It looked like Kurt didn't have any control over the arm. Over
Yep.
Caleb's right arm, so he was able to sneak right out the back. Kurt doesn't seem too worried as long as he can grab your leg. Tough matches. See Danny just kind of sort of trying to jump guard here, just hanging off a Cole. Oh, come on, Caleb. I thought Caleb was going to get a standing, like, rear naked. I think Brooke is just refusing to be taken down.
Dude, she
I
ate
think
my lunch.
you guys had like
This
a
one.
pretty good battle, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to do this and then she dumped me.
Nice.
It felt harder than it looked on screen.
No, I'm sure.
I was trying to work my way around her body for that back take like we had just gone over in class. And like maybe less than a week before. And she completely turned right into me.
Yeah. What did Austin
I
do?
went for a Kani Basami here.
Oh, you were like hanging off of her too. I remember that.
I was supporting with my right hand, and then I had her leg scissored. I didn't want to fall all the way back.
So I'm just trying to see if I don't think they got a Austin and Caleb got a finish there. Oh, I think Caleb tapped for his ankle.
Ankle.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's why I personally don't like when my triangle ends up on the bottom side, my body triangle, for that reason. Like, I don't know how much Austin is like throwing his hips into this, but you can put on a lot of pressure on someone's ankle, and like it's when my body triangle starts getting turned to that bottom side, I switch legs, which gives my opponent an opportunity to switch their hips or whatever, but that's fine. I can retain back better than, or I feel more confident retaining the back than I do in like my ankle being stressed out that much. And then Austin, if you ever find yourself here and Caleb doesn't want to, like he doesn't care anymore, maybe his ankle's popped a million times like Luke's and he doesn't let go on things like this. I went over this one of the last times, I think maybe not this last back control sprint, but the previous one. There's a little bit of space that forms up here underneath Caleb's knee, between your hips and his knee. And that's often, if you can do a quick switch of your hips, turning, back to the mat, in that direction, you could normally get a decent rotation out of that, enough to start getting your inside elbow down to the mat and getting safe. So when people don't care about their ankles, you still have ways to get out of this. That body triangle is a hard one to open up when it's the latch to the triangle is on the bottom side. So it looks like you're in on the cross ashi, but she's smashing you.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're all the way up against the border.
Good takedown.
He's been hitting those a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't let myself get tied up with him for that reason. Right, try to avoid it. Now Austin's doing the right thing. Same thing Cole was talking about with you.
Yep.
Looking for that back take. Austin doesn't even care. He looks like Ryan Hall half the time when he's training. Like he's just nothing phases him.
Gotta watch the inside heel hook. But his legs are crossed the right way. I think Danny's looking to try and turn Cole over his head.
Yeah, I want to look back at this because Cole had a decent sweep here. I want to see how he got to it. He's working from bottom half guard. He gets the underhook, the top side underhook. Gets his butterfly hook in.
Yep.
Looks like he's setting up his bottom leg to power over. But Danny stays on the head and is kind of stifling Cole here. Cole's not in a terrible spot because he's cross-side.
I think Danny might have the right leg trapped.
I think he does, yeah.
If that's the case, I've been finished with a guillotine in that, like from that cross-side position before. I think James got it on me. It was I think the first time I'd been finished from half guard, but I know that it's possible now.
Switch back to Caleb and Austin here. So Caleb actually, he goes for the belly down. I wish I could see how torqued up Austin's leg is from here, because that's a cross side. I mean, look where Austin's knee is pointing. Like, nothing about this seems good.
He's Gumby, man.
Yeah, for real. You know, I bet that guillotine that Danny just had on Cole, or like that, yeah, we'll call it a guillotine. I bet that probably falls under the what we were talking about yesterday with the the 5-finger variation, the chin strap kind of grip.
I was thinking the same. Yep.
I feel like that's how that would end up getting, how you get the finish on that.
Yeah, so kind of like as we suspected, Danny used that position as a sweeping position or reversal position.
Yeah, Brooke just ragdolled you, man.
Yeah, she did. Yep.
Oh,
I was trying to.
I want to see the footwork there.
I was trying to go for the Uchimata, so I went on the inside.
Okay.
And went to step on the inside, and she immediately. Oh no, I went outside.
Yeah.
And then she Uchimata'd me.
That looks rad.
I had the overhook. I was trying to limp arm through and get to an underhook, and she just never So like here I start letting go of my left arm, and then she like raised her underhook up higher than I had expected,
Mm-hmm.
and immediately took me over. It was good.
That was really similar to what you and Caleb did the other day that we focused on. I think it was the thumbnail for the last stream, actually, where like you had the outside trip, but Caleb countered with the Uchimata, but you ended up finishing it. Whereas this time, Brooke ended up finishing it.
Yep.
Good side body locking from Caleb. Oh, but he's getting caught. Remember when we almost saw Austin finish a reverse triangle in like his very first match, that competition?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I do.
Let's see if Pat foot sweeps Cole again. Let's look at this takedown from Caleb. I think this was some of like that. Oh, okay, Danny's just pulling. Never mind.
Yeah. He just followed him down. But yeah, I think I know what you were talking about, like what we had gone over with Bertram.
Yeah, like the sit through takedown into Kesa.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Good sprawl from Kurt.
Yeah, it's heavy. You know, his sprawls, and his sprawls are honestly some of the best. Even though he's not like sprawling out super long here. For some reason, he puts a ton of pressure.
Yeah. What did Danny do? Or what did Caleb do? Oh, I think he... I think this may have been... Yeah, basically, just that compression choke. Where is it? There we go. It's a real shame that Caleb knows how to do that now. I'm not looking forward to that. Kurt just
trying
being
the
an asshole.
eagle perk or whatever.
Yeah. So let's look at Cole and Pat here on this takedown. So I think Cole's got like a pretty high underhook.
Yep.
I think, yeah. Okay. I think Pat's just going down on that one. Looks like Danny was really working that knee cut, knee staple back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the... So he's got a lot of shoulder pressure on Danny. There we go, yeah.
That was on flu.
I think it was after this night Danny said he was taking a break from rolling with some of the bigger guys for a while.
Yeah.
Ooh, what do you got on Kurt here? So from an
Outside
Arimiashi.
elbow. Yep. That
Damn,
a
when was the
deep
last time you
outside
hit one of those?
Yeah, I've been hitting them more and more lately.
Were you
That
on
was that.
the alternative grip? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why. That must be why you hit it. Yeah, as soon as you guys break, I can see your right arm isn't the one doing the gripping.
Yep. Yeah, I sent it like as soon as I go over to that side, I'm shooting my left arm as deep as I possibly can and hooking up the reverse rear naked choke grip on it. But he won't tap to anything else. I'd break my back trying to twist.
Yeah, I hate it. Danny on a deep darce. Don't let the wall stop it. Crack him down. That's where he wants him. Yep.
Got it.
Nice. So we had a few new students come in the other day. And I was rolling with one of them has 0 experience, and he followed us on Twitch. So thanks Jordan for the follow if you're watching.
Thank you.
Then, but his buddy Doug had some rolling experience. So Doug and I were rolling, just kind of feeling each other out, and seeing what level he was at and everything. And he starts throwing darce attempts on me, and I'm like,
Nice.
damn it, another one. Another guy who's just gonna try to darce me all the time. But it was good. I always dig that when you guys have like your go-to sub that you've obviously put some time into studying. Slow-mo, please. When did you say that? What were we reviewing?
I think back with Brooke.
With Brooke. Oh, I just saw that. Sorry, Ronnie. Was that when she took you down?
Yeah.
Okay,
With
I
the
got you.
Uchimata.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've been so transfixed on the footage. I haven't checked the chat. Got you. Danny just looks destroyed. I didn't think Cole had too much he could do from that position. I was curious where he was going with that. This like deep underhook side he had on him, like right from here.
He has so many leg entrances. It's sickening.
Yeah. And then I get Kurt isolated his arm. Okay. What's up with you? Is that you in Austin? Yeah.
Yeah. Uchimata. Like the little limp arm, or I mean, I don't know what you call it. It's like it's a gentle Uchimata, I would say.
A kind one.
feel like a hip bump sweep is what Cole is probably trying to look for, and it has
I've started revisiting those again.
Something like that. Yeah. I think they're definitely something that should stay in the fundamentals, you know,
Yeah.
like how often are you in closed guard and people completely disengage, right? You give them a hip bump sweep and all of a sudden you change the dynamics a little bit.
Did you Darce Austin?
It's Anaconda.
Yeah.
Cole's now in Kesa Gatame. And I think he did the Camel Crusher.
Yeah, because I can't see if maybe his leg had an arm or what.
Right. Austin's got me in a triangle here. How did Cole get that sweep? It was a butterfly sweep, but I didn't see the arms.
Double underhooks.
Yeah.
So yeah, really solid. I've been trying to work that position a lot too from close guard. I just never ever did double unders, and I think seeing Cole start to do it a lot more, it's like, all right, you should pay attention to that grip. That's not, I don't know. I think you and I have spent so much time focused on like the whole arm game of getting the arms across, this and that, maybe shoulder crunches, but then what I like about that double underhook is you can use it to either hit a slide by and still end up taking the back. You can use it to sweep like Cole just did. If you work from close guard into either a butterfly or like a knee push, or a Haragoshi position. You could hit a Sumigashi with it. And then if they do manage to like maybe force an elbow down and you have a weak underhook on one side, you could remove that and switch into a shoulder crunch still. So you have the shoulder crunch as a backup. So it's just a really versatile position. Austin was doing a good job there keeping his knees in. But he got him flattened out. Nice sweep. Oh, now you're in on the wrong way triangle.
Yep.
And his arm is not hidden. He's in a load of trouble here.
Yep.
Yeah. In on the Trimora.
Mm-hmm.
So Cole was looking to isolate a leg there. He had his own legs in a bit of danger. I don't think there was the potential for danger. Kurt didn't throw up any. Well, okay, he was in a toe hold for a second, but looks like Cole booted into it, so he wasn't really hurting too bad. He's got to work on his counterattacks here just to help. He's got his own leg scooped up in that.
Yeah, right.
That's strange. But yeah, some of the best leg lock defense is offense. Leg lock offense. I thought we were going to see another Uchimata battle. Nice double. Damn.
He was pressing forward.
Yeah, and you can see his head goes way out past your back, like way outside of his hips.
Mm-hmm.
That was really well timed. Austin again for like the third time tonight. I think I've seen him hit that takedown.
Did he hit a go behind?
He, how did he do it? He just did that like seated, or like, the sitting from behind. So he deep underhook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Into like a duck under. Now here, when he inserts his leg like that, I don't think I would advise doing that. I can't think of a... Maybe you can. I can't think of a good reason why you'd want to do that. You're essentially putting yourself at risk for a knee bar.
It's a leg lock.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's me, I'm taking an outside heel hook.
Yeah.
If I'm Cole, right?
Yeah, you're better off from there. I mean, he hits a nice clean takedown. Better off bringing your legs back like he's doing right now and hip heisting up, and just keeping Cole's legs outside of your body, and working a guard pass, right? Instead of here where he sticks that leg back in. Really no reason to do that. Kind of putting yourself at unnecessary risk there. Even taking the back, like, I think he could have hit that back take without that. And then now from here, he's riding really high up on Cole. Oh, he's in a triangle now. Okay. Almost to a triangle, at least.
Solid back take. It was really good foot positioning by Austin. I don't like that body triangle, having those crossed legs like that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'd like to see... Well, he's pretty much putting himself into a mount by doing that, right?
Caleb just done with you.
Yeah, he barreled into me and bumped me off here. But I think I get him back, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't say I'm really a fan of working mount position on Caleb.
He's
Like any of
very
the big guys.
good at timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, him, Daniel. I mean, they're like. That's why I like working the mount game on them, because I feel like if I can hold mount on them, I can. Yeah, here it is. Check. This is a fun exchange. Kind of goes back to what we were discussing yesterday a little bit, Matt. So you see that I felt out for that guillotine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm really second guessing my ability to
Go back to it.
get my knee in and actually get to a re-guarded position, just because of how much pressure the big guys put on the top half of your body. So I'm dealing with this. I'm trying to figure out like what the best method is, but I'm really digging the neck exposure.
And he's fighting hard for the arm triangle here.
He is. And I'm kind of letting him think that he can get it.
I like that.
And honestly, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say this lat grip you have on him.
Yep.
That's really interesting. I don't think I've never noticed that, but that makes it really difficult for him. If you can stay clasped on there, it makes it really difficult for him to get your arm where he needs it to be, like all the way up next to your neck. Because as he pushes into you, it's just making it easier for you to hold on to his arm. Like he's not taking your grip further down further away from you, straightening your arm out. That's cool. I'll have to play around with that.
Yeah, and honestly, what I'm trying to do is trying to feel for him. So he lets up a little bit, and so you'll see that I keep going back to this like lat grip, and then I'm trying to bridge in. So here I'm trying to give a good bridge and trying to take him over top of his head.
Yeah.
But he's not having it. He sat back really nice, and then he's gonna switch into the north-south choke, which I'm okay with. Like I don't mind the north-south choke very much. But now I've got both hands. I think I've got both hands on the same side, so he's coming across to do like this paper cutter choke on me, which isn't gonna work from the no-gi.
We got Kurt's boys going at it now.
Yeah, they were fun to see on the mats.
Yeah. So now you're back to guard.
So now I'm back to guard, but I'm starting to feel for this chin. So I think with my left hand, maybe I come across. Nope. Oh yeah, that's right. Popping the head down, feeding the hand through, and then now once I hit a forward shift,
Right
I'll
in
be
on
able
a
to finish.
deep guillotine.
Yep.
Nice. That was sick.
Yeah, I just felt like how we were talking about like the body lock passing and stuff, and kind of the things that it leaves you open for the counters, and then that 5/10 finger guillotine setups. This was like this is what I was looking at from the Nicholas Marigali matches in gi, is how he was doing like the cross collar, like he would set up the cross collar and then he would snap the head down, and then he would go and grab his own cloth and kind of hit this it reminded me of a guillotine.
Right.
And so I just was like, okay, well maybe I can do that with no gi, and this is what kind of came of it. So here, then I hit the forward shift there, and now I'm locked in and ready to go.
Yeah, and I feel like you stay on that chin level, like the kind of like the 5-finger grip, rather than going to the high risk position.
I felt like the high wrist was risky,
Yeah.
right? Because like if I shot through that, then I was going to lose it, and I was going to wind up in north-south.
Yeah, whereas right here, it's probably in right where it needs to be.
It is, yes. It's the only reason why he had to follow me up.
Yeah.
Is because I was clamped on his throat the whole time.
Yeah, and so I guess we could clue people into why we've been focusing on that so much. Like Mike and I were talking yesterday about the arm in guillotine, right? Like not every guillotine is nice and clean around the neck. And for years now, I've just kind of avoided the arm in guillotine. Like even if I get it, I use it as a control position, because I've never really been able to finish with it very well until it dawned on me just through some realization and some studying the other day that like in the same way we've talked about, I'm sure you guys remember the Mandible Strangle from our back control weeks, where we talk about getting the elbow to the point of the chin, and you're not getting under the neck, right? So you're really getting across their chin. You tuck their chin down and you pull their head up, tuck their chin into their chest, and that's how you can actually get a strangle. And the arm in guillotine, I realized, is the exact same thing. You just, instead of focusing on enveloping their neck with your entire arm, you stay on the chin strap, and you can pull their chest or pull their chin into their chest in the same way. So we've been looking at that a lot. And then with we saw a few weeks ago with Matt, just murking everybody with his 5-finger guillotine variation. Kind of it just painted the full picture for us and tied it all together. So if you guys are finding yourselves in those arm in guillotines, think about that chin strap grip and how to finish from there. We could talk about that more in class too. But it's becoming very, very useful, and it's always nice that even like as far into jiu-jitsu as we are, we're still going back to like simple submissions and finding ways to make them more effective. Nothing we're
Yep.
like inventing here. It's all stuff because we're stupid and it's taken us forever to learn it.
Yeah, and watching matches, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and just learning as we go.
So I wanted to rewind to just see this final exchange between Austin and Cole, because Austin starts working this reverse, or I'm sorry, more of a rear triangle position. And a second, he had an armbar there a second ago.
He did. He still kind of does.
Yeah, and like, so Cole's in a bad spot just with the left arm there that Austin's trying to control. Austin's either trying to armbar him with that, or when he has the triangle set up, he's trying to keep that arm nice and high to make the rear triangle effective, which Cole knows. I'm sure he's well aware of the concern in that position.
What's up, Brandon? Thanks, man. Haven't seen you on the mats. Hope everything's going okay. Cole's throwing up almost like a crucifix.
Yeah, if he caught Daniel's head, which I think Danny's done that. I think I've done that. That there's got to be a name for that move that Daniel does, where he's just like rolling and pinning you with his shoulders. But that leaves you open to some triangle entries, especially if like your arms are flared out, like his tend to be sometimes.
Business. Oh, it's no fun.
Curious what Cole's trying to do here.
Yeah, I feel like he tries to bridge. Daniel's got all access to left arm, which it looks like he's trying to go for a Kimura here.
Yeah.
But he's on. Yeah, he didn't get that. He went on the same side.
Let's look at this takedown between Caleb and Brooke, because Brooke, like,
Oh yeah, she stepped for the outside, like the
Osoto Gari.
Yep.
At the same time, he went to hit that turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Looking at that.
Yeah. Right. Let's look at it in slow mo then. Yeah, this is so hard because this is like, I feel like they both. It looks like Brooke initiated it, and Caleb was wise to it and hit the move that he was probably already trying to set up for. I mean, you can tell just how deep that overhook is that he was probably gonna go for this.
I wonder how in judo they would score that. Like, because I mean, both of them are a legitimate throw. So since she goes for the Osoto first, does she get the takedown? Because I mean, technically,
I'm just glad her knee didn't break. I imagine Caleb would get the nod on this one.
I feel like it. Yeah.
But yeah, I think. Go ahead.
Go
Sorry.
I've just seen so many like throws from judo to where like the thrower continues the roll, right? So like,
Right.
in a Sotogari, you fall kind of like with your back maybe facing them if you've got like the head over, right? Or the near side, or the near side collar, same side collar, and you like continue the roll, and then they would get the ippon or the points, right?
Right.
And so I'm like, well, how would that go? I don't know. This is my ignorance to judo competition. Maybe I should just brush up on it.
I feel like Brooke maybe would have been able to win this with a bit heavier engagement on the leg, right?
Yeah.
With her leg scooping backwards this way into Caleb's leg.
Planted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe would have helped her out if she kind of chopped at him, because you could see that leg stays engaged the whole time, like on his twist, everything.
Oh yeah.
Because that's where the power is coming from in that takedown for him. And then if she had, it's hard to say because Caleb's really thrown his weight into this one. If she could have been heavier to put him to his back, like hinging at her hips or something, she may have been able to resurrect that. But anyway, that's cool.
That was a good throw.
You ever see Kurt's kids start throwing leg locks on each other?
Oh yeah. They will here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
That was interesting.
That was like an outside, but he had like a lat grip almost on her.
God, you guys, man. Again, so worried about the knee.
Oof.
Like if his hips went down into her knee, that could have been really bad.
Yep. Oh, but now she's got the triangle.
Yeah, she's got his right arm in there.
What the hell kind of triangle is that?
It would have been a reverse triangle if she could have gotten to the angle.
Caleb's taking a page out of Daniel's book there, kind of like twisting all the way around, keeping his shoulder pinned down to the body as he rotates his whole body to clear his legs for the pass.
Yeah. Something tells me Brooke's going to refuse to tap to any of this stuff
Jeez.
from Caleb. I mean, I have a difficult time getting her to tap to like legitimate heel hooks.
Yeah.
I think she's really
Knee bar.
gotten super comfortable in those leg positions. Knee bar is hard to deny.
It is. Yeah. I honestly, that's
Yeah, she wasn't
one of the
rotating.
positions I fear the most. Bull is understandably having a difficult time under Daniel. Curious to see if he can manage to get out. Daniel's pressure is just insane.
Yeah, it's a lot to deal with.
It's a ton to deal with. It's very well placed, well timed.
Kurt's kids are trying to break each other's legs now.
Yeah, yeah.
Brooke heavy on the head, working snap down.
Around the back. He throws her over.
Nice. Great example. What's up, Austin?
Yeah, ran out of time to give you. Yeah.
We could watch it in slow-mo. Let's check out the form here. See the setup for the ass slap. Get the zoom in on the ass slap. Bam. Crushed it. And then he throws you, just add insult to injury.
Sometime we'll have to mic you two up to hear the sweet nothings you whisper in each other's ears.
Yeah, I don't think Twitch would dig that.
Probably not.
Probably get banned. Man, we could break down like just an hour of the twins attacking here if we wanted to.
Yeah, right. Belly down.
Like Caleb and Austin.
The dad, the bell. There's no bell.
Yeah. Kurt getting some of that Tom DeBlas influence.
Yeah.
I didn't hear no
dies.
bell. Austin on a deep triangle. Getting a good angle. I remember this triangle when you would set this up. I don't think Caleb taps to it, which was really surprising because it's super deep.
Going for the arm, but then heisting back up.
Is he going on the hug here? Yeah, there it is. Okay, I was wrong.
This.
So yeah, it was just that last little bit of a squeeze I guess he needed, which I was thinking as that was happening, that may be one of those cases where it's like, man, I have this triangle dead to rights. You're not tapping.
Right.
That's probably when I would resort to like the clinch on the head, pulling the head deeper into the triangle.
Mm-hmm.
That I feel like that used to be his chin was tucked until I rolled on top. Okay, got it. The reaching up for the head and pulling down into the triangle used to be like it was like the go-to, like, you know,
everybody was taught
last step of the triangle that you did. And now like I feel like you never see any like the pros doing that sort of thing. Because they do so well to get a good angle. Solid straight ankle.
Mm-hmm.
But they do so well to get a good angle that they don't even need to do that anymore. But in times like that, it's just like, all right, I'm just going to crush your head to try to get the last little bit of a strangulation I need.
It's like the fourth time he's hit that throw on this night. He opts to actually step into side control, or I mean, into half guard. Did you see that?
Did not. That's because he's an idiot. I mean, he was past his legs. I don't know why he would go back to half guard.
Yeah, it's really damn. Oh, that's why he wanted to do that, so he could step over into the cross-ashi position.
Yeah, he does like that.
He's been working on stepping into that position. Texas cloverleaf. Got it.
You know, Caleb, if you ever watch this, Since you like that cross ashi position so much, right? Because he steps in and he uses that to cut the angle. You don't have to like work from half guard to do that. When you're here and you're past the legs like that, instead of stepping in that top side or outside leg, you know, in this case your right leg, instead of stepping that in and then having to like go 180 degrees to get to where you want to, you can actually just step the bottom leg in.
Yeah.
Right? If you think about it, if you pulled this knee back, the bottom knee, if you pulled it back from underneath Austin right now, and then stepped up and over that near side leg, you're right into cross ashi immediately. And then you get to work, you know, the cloverleaf, the knee bar, whatever you want. So now that I feel like, you know, we all know that you've got that half guard cross ashi entrance down, you should develop a side control cross ashi entrance. That way you don't have to regress to get there. You can just hit it from where you're at.
Yeah, I think I did that a few streams ago.
Yeah. There's pretty much a leg entrance from everywhere.
Yep.
So keep that in mind.
I like the frames that Austin has set up. And then when that crossface comes in, now you've got to work on getting your frame back right. Like,
I feel like maybe Caleb was recently neck cranked by Luke.
Yeah.
Because that's what that is. That's one of Luke's favorite side control subs. I don't know if you'd call that like I wouldn't really call that a baseball bat strangle, because that didn't look like much of a strangle. Austin, I don't know if you remember if that was more neck crank territory or strangle territory, but those suck. As soon as I feel Luke set that up on me, I tap. I'm like, all right, I'm not getting out of this, and if I don't tap in 1 nanosecond, my neck is going to be screwed.
I think that's it. Austin, wasn't that when we went over the baseball strangle, the Noogie baseball bat?
After class, did you guys start talking about that?
Yeah. I think so. I think that's what Caleb was asking about.
Yeah, like it's legit. It's a legit technique. Danaher approves or disapproves. We never know.
You never know.
Good back take. Way to stay heavy on the body there. Gotta control Austin's hips a little bit more in this transition. Right from here, I feel like he could get Austin to turn a bit better and to set up a better back. Look at the boys giving each other noogies.
Yeah.
You see that? That's Noogie City. Good stuff.
That was a good session.
Cool. Yeah, I'm glad we got to go over that. Yeah, so that was from like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, rad. You guys are really tightening up your games, as always. We love to see it. I feel like I compliment you guys enough like every week, so I'm not going to do it this week. In any case, well, you got smaller, didn't you? Yeah, I got to sort some things out here. Yeah, we're back at it again this week. We're starting our next 2 weeks are open guard. So all the things that come along with that. If you guys have any questions or specific open guard stuff you want to go over, definitely bring it to class. ask us questions, all that good stuff. Other than that, what else? Thanks for everybody who showed up for the filming this weekend. That was cool. Except for when we had to be quiet when everybody was giving their testimonials. Trying to roll silently. that was an exercise. Definitely a skill we don't have. Cool. All right. Yeah. Well. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Follow us if you're not. Subscribe if you can. We love the support. We really appreciate it. You can support us at coffee.com/MOBJJ as well. Go subscribe over on YouTube. This will be up there in the next couple days. Yeah, and keep working your close guard stuff. Just because we're moving on from that doesn't mean you guys shouldn't keep working it. So hope you guys took some stuff away from that the last 2 weeks. Other than that, trim your nails, do your laundry, don't be stinky, and
see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you guys on the mats. Later.
Later.